Justin and I all hope you really, really enjoy. Okay, so where are you? You are late. I don't appreciate this. Thank you. Hold on, here's Jose. Jose, anything to say to my mom and dad?
Happy anniversary.
How many years?
25?
How many?
30.
Good listener. Alright, well you finally showed up for your own party. That's nice. I'm glad you decided to show up.
I get to kiss it. Oh, my pussy.
Alright, making sure you're on tape. Hey, Mr. Wales, what time is it? Do you know what time it is?
It's 10 after 7.
20 after 7, so tardiness. Okay.
10 after 7.
He and I have walked thousands of miles together. We have visited every scrub together.
This guy.
Hello, welcome. Thank you for coming. We're so glad to have you.
You're blocking the view. You're blocking the view.
Yeah, I can see that he's a very understanding. That's right, it was very fun. It's one of the weddings.
That was forgettable.
You know that goofy picture that's on there?
No.
Where are yours?
Hello. If we could have your attention for a moment, please. I always see you do that. It looked impressive. Right? I could pull a arm and say, yoo-hoo! Yoo-hoo! I need your attention. Okay. Okay, first of all, we'd like to, on behalf of Joe and Terry and Debbie and Justin and myself, more than anything, we'd like to say thank you all for attending tonight. I think it's a huge testament to how incredible both my mom and dad are. So thank you very, very, very much. And I'm trying my best to not keep with the typical Piazza tradition, which is a long, sappy, everybody has tears, toast, everybody is trying to get on with it. So, but the one thing I would like to do is let some of you who maybe don't know this story, let you in on how my parents first met, which I happen to think is a very funny story.
It's a good story.
It is a good story. It's the typical boy meets girl, okay? They're down, it's, 1965. They're at a bar down in Santa Monica, which soon became their favorite bar. I think it was called Mother's. And my mom was sitting at the end of the bar. She's waiting for her girlfriends to show up. And all of a sudden my dad kind of, makes his way over there. And he says, "Would you like to dance?" My mom says, "Sure, I'll go dance with you," right? So they start to halfway walk out to the dance floor. My dad turns around. He says, "You know what? I changed my mind. Never mind." Walks away, right? Leaves her hanging there. Okay, so here's my mom, this girl from Michigan, who just uprooted herself with all of her nursing girlfriends. It was like a big deal to come from Michigan, move to California. She's just kind of playing it off. You're like, all right, I can deal with this, jerk, right? So she goes and sits back down, and my dad has the gall to walk back over and do the exact same thing again. So, from what I understand, I might be ad-libbing again a little bit here, but that's okay. So, from what I understand, they do the same thing again. At this point, my mom's upset, and she sits down. She's just like, "This guy's worthless." So, then my dad makes his way over there. This time, at least he has the knowledge in his head to at least bring a beer with him. Says, "I'm sorry, I apologize," and they sit down and they start talking. Everything's fine. To this day, I personally don't know why he did that. My inkling is to believe that he knows that he can't dance, and this was the best pickup line that he had, right? So anyways, I just think that's a cute story.
So why did you do that?
Take over the microphone, get a rebuttal here.
Dad, you want to comment? I would bring it over, but I don't think I'll stretch. Yeah, burden of proof, Chris Johns. So anyways, I just have to say, as a offspring of my parents, I realize more and more every day just in how incredibly lucky Joe, Terry, and I have been to have my mom and dad as role models. Granted, everything wasn't perfect, you know, everything wasn't just full of love and giggles their whole life, but it was incredible to watch the way they worked together as a team, the way he offsets her and vice versa. They truly, I think, complement one another's personalities, as well as overall, my mom's gonna love this because she says it at all of her kids' weddings, soon to be, ha ha. So the key is respect, 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 and they have truly lived up to that. So I think that's pretty incredible. So having said that, which I didn't bring my glass with me, but pretend, please raise your glasses with me. And from us kids, we'd like to say, we hope you cherish the rest of your golden years together in long live health, love, and happiness and respect. And thanks for falling in love.
Here, here.
And staying in love.
Hey, good job, Lori. I can't figure out.
Yeah, she is.
Foremost, I want to say thank all of you for being here. You know, you don't go through a journey of 35 years together without meeting people that you really care about. And these people that we really care about are family and friends and neighbors, people who we've known for a long time, people we've known for a shorter period of time. They come through your life and they mean a lot. So I thank each and every one of you. You all fill a very special spot in our heart. And I thank you very, very much for being here and for sharing that spot. And I also have to especially say thank you to two old friends, Olga Rocky and Dale Carls. They were the only two that were at our wedding outside of Jean. Olga's They stood up for us. They were company.
I thought I was already conceived at that.
Mr. Big Mouth, you came along 12 days later.
You really held out there, didn't you?
But Olga and Dale were the bridal party, they were the guests, they were the caterers, that was the whole show. So I really want to give them special acknowledgement. And also, you know, there's our two in-law children, Debbie Piazza and Justin Shong. These two kids, I thank you very much for your support in this party tonight, and for just all the family get-togethers that you kids have to put up with. For the love that you give us, you both add a lot to the family, and I thank you. And then I've got, obviously then I've got to talk about our own children, Joe and Terry and Lori. You are the three finest that anybody could ever have. Your dad and I are sons. You just make us want to pop buttons. And I could go on and on and on and say lots of things about you, but you all know.
Go on, forget about it.
Okay, you want me to? They really are. They're there when we need us. Sometimes they're there when we don't need them. But they're very important. And to you three kids, to Lori, to Terry, to Joe, I really want you to stop and think about one thing. You are the very best gift of love that Dad and I have ever given each other. You're our treasures, our true treasures. And last but not least is the kid in the corner. Now, Joe, you and I said almost everything we're going to say to each other up the lake this week, so I won't go on. But living with you is exciting, it's fun, it's always unexpected, and I've learned so much from you. You teach me new things all the time. You teach me and the rest of the family how to be generous, and not with just money, but with yourself. You give so much of yourself. I'm a better person today because of you. And it's been a long, long journey. Not always an easy journey, but it's been a long journey and a good one. And my love is yours forever. You're the very best.
Good job.
Everybody has to stand. Thank you, Judith.
Oh.
That was gorgeous.
This is from your neighbor.
18 years. Who's to know?
Oh, it's Joe's turn.
You guys are so much alike at times. You and Marty.
Oh, yeah.
That's
Yeah,
scary.
Marty, that's why I'm
That's scary.
You get the same respect.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Papa Joe!
You know, my wife obviously is capable of expressing herself very well, and it's sort of difficult to follow her, even though I've been doing that for 35 years. And so I'll try to break through this a little quicker than maybe I should, but obviously we want to thank everybody who's coming here. I don't know if it's any big deal if I go to anybody's 35th anniversary, but I guess it's okay. And I'm sure glad you showed up, but my kids, I can't say enough about my kids. They even impressed me. And that's been a wonderful experience tonight. So again, I thank all three of you. You guys are great.
You remember our names?
So, I don't know your birthdays, but I know. But you think you're sitting up here, being married for 35 years, you really be an expert. I mean, you do anything for 35 years, you should know something. I don't have a clue. I really don't. I don't know how we did it. It's like everything. There's lots of trials and tribulations. We were talking the other day about, in fact, that maybe we got another 15 to 20 years to go. Now that's ridiculous. I mean, how the hell? I never in my life thought I'd want to be with the same person for longer.
You big stud.
But obviously, somewhere along the line, something turns, and you learn to grow up, and you learn to accept, and you learn to get along, and it was sort of nice, when you do come to the realization that gee, somebody's willing to put up with you. Not only that, but they care about you, and that's important, and those, that's a good feeling, and we've been fortunate enough to have those feelings, and if they last, we'll stay married. But out of this, as I said, you recognize certain things, and going back, I can remember, say the first 10 years of our marriage, going into that. I mean, in a low moment in our life or something, I'd be going home and I was thinking, Jesus, I wonder if I can talk her into going home to Detroit visiting the family. and better yet, take the kids with her. But I got to tell you, things do change, and in a very serious note, now I'm almost afraid she's not going to be there when I go home. So that's really a turnaround. And Judith, as she knows, is a precious person in my life. It's maybe it's a simplification, but that's what she is to me. And it's been a great ride, and a couple things you do need to know to get through this thing is you gotta watch it. I wasn't looking at that, obviously.
He's a motorcycle guy.
I forgot what I was going to say now. I was going to say something, I forgot. But,
It's been a great ride.
That's where you were.
I lost it, whatever it was. I forgot. Marty, you found me up, buddy. But I think a couple of things we did learn along the way, somewhere along the way, is that, any marriage, if you say it's smooth sailing from A to Z, you're lying. Number one. Number two is you do need patience. You need a lot of patience, and that's important. And with patience, you know, you need to maintain your sense of humor, because if you can't laugh at each other, you can't laugh at yourself. I mean, you know, we're not quite as svelte as we used to be. And you gotta laugh at that. I mean, otherwise you cry. But anyway, you know, these are the things that are you know, we're pretty fundamental, we're pretty basic, but these are the things that are important to us. And another aspect of that is, you know, you people, in one way or another, you've all contributed something into our life, and it's just a pleasure that my children were able to gather you all here, and thank you all for coming. And so have a good evening.
They don't bring in their glasses, the bridegroom have to kiss.
That's right. Bye. Keep your tongue in your mouth.
Ryan, ready for the microphone? You ready to talk? Would you rather sing?
Either. But I want to say a couple things about my mom and dad. And first off, on behalf of Terry, Lori, Justin, Debbie, and myself, how much we are grateful to have the closest friends and family here to be a part of these two people. But first off, I want to talk about my mom a little bit. Don't worry, Mom. I'll be good. What I want to say about my mom, and first off, there's two people here. This lady here taught us how to love. This man taught us how to cry. And there's two things that's very important about that. My mom is a lady that gave 100% of herself over the last 35 years. She has made this man her #1 priority in her life. And you know what? She did absolutely everything to sacrifice her children and to stand behind my dad. My dad was a young guy growing up in the motorcycle industry, trying to get ahead, trying to maintain the balance. And somehow I'm sort of going through that same struggle right now with young children and family, and I'm probably not doing a very good job, but truly these two people are an inspiration. There's a lot for us kids to learn about, but I'm going to put some humor in this too. But anyway, my mom was a person that went ahead and gave 100% of herself every time. And what's also was unique, and sometimes that she didn't feel like that she was the #1 priority, it was the little things that my dad did to try to round out that balance. Those little things by writing a card, buying her a little piece of jewelry or jade from Carmel, buying her a negligee that would embarrass the hell out of all of us kids. But it was those little things that my mom was a sponge, and she was a sponge for my dad's affection and love. And it was even though that she gave 100% of herself, and it was those 1 to 2% that my dad would show her, it compensated for that entire difference. All right, now I gotta move on to this guy. Holy shit, he's put up with 13 houses. I gotta talk to you about this. People don't realize this, the Logan Knowles group. I mean, you're number 12, guys. You're talking about 2 apartments. You're talking about 4 homes they lived in their entire life. You're talking about 7 vacation homes. This lady has actually decorated 40 bedrooms. He actually paid for it. It's unbelievable. You're talking about wallpaper, you're talking about paint, you're talking about carpet, you're talking about furniture. Every time my dad went out of town, that whole house looked like it was a different place. This is why I live here. But it's very true. But to go back to what I said about earlier, is that my mom made my dad a 100% priority. Things are changing now. And to see my dad, the sensitivity that my dad has shown towards my mom, and making my mom truly #1. I gotta say hats off to my dad, because he really has gone out of his way. This is #1 in his life. And this is the greatest thing that we can see as kids. This is the greatest gift you've given us, is that you made mom #1. And it's really true. So I just gotta say, on behalf of all of us, we love you guys. Thanks for being here. I also want to say say thanks to my two sisters. Lori and Terry have done an excellent job. They've done the majority of the work here for this dinner, to organize this dinner. And Lori, I'm really proud of her. On behalf of Terry and I, our hats off to you because you've done a great job to show something special for Mom and Dad. So I want to go ahead. Are you ready now?
I'm ready.
Okay, guys. Thanks, band, but Lori's done really something special. I can't tell you guys how many hundreds of hours that she's put into this, but we think it's pretty special, and you might want to grab some Kleenex, but it'll be fun too.
With each word, your tenderness grows.
Is that Dale?
Tearing my fear apart. Touches my foolish heart.
Take a light bulb. Good job, Lori. He still couldn't dance. He couldn't dance.
It's not unusual to be loved. It's not unusual to have fun with anyone. But when I see you hanging about with anyone, it's not unusual to see me cry. It's not unusual.
They're the best.
Okay, the band may begin.
No, wait a second. Oh, no, I'm sorry.
And they're kind of, presents weren't allowed tonight actually, but these are from all of us and they weren't a big deal. It's just what we did, and you guys will all see them. So it's for Mom and Dad. One for both house, their house they live in, that was their dream house, and now they're house that we're all gonna enjoy family from now on the lake house. But anyway, I'm the kid that's gonna be kind of behind the scenes during this, and I wasn't gonna talk much because I've had a lot going on, and I didn't think I could talk much without crying. But before I give these to you, you guys have been the biggest help to us in the world. You've been the biggest love, and you know that. And they've taken care of my kids in ways that most people couldn't know. But I was trying to share something that wasn't sappy like Piazzas do, and something that was funny. But something maybe most of you don't know is that Mom has a routine when she watches Zach when he doesn't breathe so good, and that's a lot. And she does all his meds, and she takes him to Coco's, and then she takes him to Orchard Supply, and they play in the fountain, and then she goes home and does more meds, and then she takes a nap with them, and wakes up and does more meds. But it's something special that she does, and she's always done with my kids. And Dad's Robot Man, and most of you don't know that, but he has a robot dance, and he does it all the time with and he just goes beep beep and walks around the house like that. But it's the best thing he could ever give us. But I mean, they've inspired me and Justin in ways that we can't even explain, and that's why I wasn't going to talk too much tonight. But you know how much we love you. But you got to show everybody these, because you'll dig on them. You'll be shocked. No, they're not really presents. It's more how sweet they are. Whoops. We open them? Yeah, it's one free tub.
Oh, one free tub.
There you go, same.
Oh, they're duplicates. Boy, see, you didn't know what you were getting into, folks, when you said you'd come for a free dinner.
That's good. Dad, why don't you open the other piece first then?
I didn't mean that bad, by the way. That's not bad. I apologize.
That's all right. I got over the free ride. You get over that.
Dad, shut up and open that piece first.
No, it's okay. This way she'll open that.
Okay, never mind. Go ahead and open it.
Go ahead, Dad. Keep opening.
No, keep opening.
Okay, should he go first or me?
Just keep
Mom should go first.
Keep the speed going.
Okay, we all have different opinions about this.
It's been a 35-year issue.
It's a ledge,
You
Mom.
hold this.
Oh, purple.
Oh, it's a ledge. Oh, for pictures.
Yeah.
No, it's a toilet seat with a whole bunch of nuts and bolts from Rocky's house.
Oh, this is gorgeous. Just a skirt. Oh, my.
Oh, my. That's wonderful. Whole family.
It's a portrait of all of us kids with all the grandkids. So. And they match. Totally tacky, but we match. You know, jean shorts, khakis. Oh, we fought like 10 times over it, but it worked.
Yeah, we're passing all around. Sure.
Why don't you turn it around really quick so most people can see it?
No, you can't. It's too dark.
So beautiful.
It's sort of dark.
Okay.
Okay, now
Thank
you
you,
guys
kids.
go.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Dessert.
all.
Where's Ryan? Ryan, can you hop on the drums for us? That'd be too much, Dad.
Really good. It was very good.
Did I earn my keep?
Oh, definitely did.
You're destructive.
And then some.
Thank you.
Now watch. Watch.
Impressive.
Okay, impressive, but we're working on battery. Hold on.
All right. Let's see a cake cutting ceremony. Let's go, Dad. Get over there.
Where's Gary?
Dad, you got to get in there.
All right.
Get in there closer. Come on. Wait a
I appreciate that you follow instructions.
Get in there, Dad. Get in there with her.
What, another one?
Yeah.
All right, you ready?
All right, you got it?
1, 2.
All right. Okay, be over it, Mom. That's good.
All right.
Good, good. This is great.
Isn't that awesome?
This is so cool.
It was awesome.
Get that Having a good
Okay, here's Zachary's 6th birthday party. We have Aunt Margaret, Graham Bill, and Papa Joe. We've got Uncle Joe, Grandma Karen, Uncle Dale, and Grandpa Everett. We have the hired help here in the background. We have Aunt Debbie and Tessa. We have Dad and Mom and Madison and Allie. Stop. We got Joey and Nikki.
Let me see.
Yay! And for the grand finale, hello. Oh yes, I'm your friendly recorder today. Hello.
Hello, you missed Aunt
I did not. I started with Aunt Molly. I did. All right. Hello.
Wow.
Who's this from?
Aunt Molly.
Oh, my.
Aunt Molly.
Wow, look at that, Zach.
Wow.
Let's get a little
Where's the
Tessa.
ribbon?
Hello, Tessa. Tessa, baby.
I know, then you keep stopping. I'll keep it right here.
Beautiful.
There's some more, Nick. guys are good.
Who's your baby? Is she in the shot?
No, I keep stepping up.
Oh, sorry, that's your finger.
More garbage, guys.
Zachary, look what you can say.
Whoa!
Hey, Zachy.
Wow.
We can see you too.
Bike accident.
Oh, it's okay.
He wobbled on his bike and skidded on his face.
Oh, we all love him.
Real good.
Pete, how you doing?
Can he have a...
I think he's better looking now than he used to be.
But he saved his head, so what does Zachary need more than anything now?
Helmet.
Okay, you ready for Daddy and my big present? Are you excited? Yeah! Are you excited?
What could it be?
All right.
Oh, yeah.
Are you excited?
Wonderful.
Is that the best?
Oh, wow. Wait. Hey, Zach, that is
Close your eyes, Chad.
Let's see
Wait.
how you look in the mirror. Oh.
Hey, come here.
Let me see with your hat on.
Maybe this helmet would go good with the new...
That's probably as low as it'll go.
Here he's all Bob Barker. And not a penny over.
Hey, Joey, Nikki, that's just like yours.
You didn't swear it, didn't you, Mama?
Are you joking?
Huh?
Are you joking?
Zach, that is.
Hey, Zachy Doodle, what do you got to say? Are you excited?
We'll play with it.
It's not unusual to have fun with anyone.
But when I see you hanging about with anyone, it's not unusual to see me cry. I want to die.
How's David doing? This is funny.
Never wanna let me go, gonna be alright. Yeah. Keep on whispering in my ear, tell me all the things that I wanna hear, 'cause it's true. That's what I like about you. That's what I like about you. That's what I like about you. Hey, hey. Hey, 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 hey. Hey. This time might be the last, might be unless I make it all too clear. In the lawn, gonna get it done, and all the love, radar phone, looking like a tramp, like a video.